Good morning, I'm Justin Warmoth alongside News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld. We are outside the Pulse nightclub as we mark 1 year since the Pulse nightclub attack, an attack that changed the lives of so many people, an attack that made Orlando home of the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history, but also an attack that showed the resiliency of our community. And we are seeing that once again today, Mike.
Yeah, I was talking to Senator Bill Nelson just a few minutes ago, and he kept looking at us and saying, Orlando's strong, Orlando's strong. One of the stories he shared with me, Justin, was the doctors moving at a fever pace to save lives. And he said it didn't matter if they were black, white, gay, straight, they were working to save lives. And the first responders are just part of this tremendous story and that theme, Orlando's strong.
And the first responders will be the theme of this event that will be happening in just the next couple of minutes. The first responders and the second responders, the Orlando Police Department, the SWAT team, the Orlando Fire Department, surgeons, nurses from Orlando Health who saved so many lives that fateful morning. It is going to be a very emotional scene, just like it was earlier this morning at a similar event. But also what's going to be happening is a day of remembrance as well. And speaking today, there will be several pastors from local folks. There's going to be Orlando Gay Chorus will be performing, as they often have at
tremendous.
They are just absolutely tremendous. They have often performed at events like this, so we are looking forward to that. We are just a few minutes away from that. So
Barbara Poma has the opening statement.
She does.
And think how compelling that is. What this was all about. This was a club for people to have fun. And now we're doing a story a year later. 49 lives lost. When you stop and think about that, those lives impacted so many other people. But now we're seeing this community come together, as Justin has illustrated to you. And what we're going to have here in this remembrance reflection is something compelling that really emphasizes how this community came together and continues to work together.
And a lot of the family members, Mike, did not get to see the kind of resiliency and the kind of outpouring of support that the Orlando community showed in the days after the Pulse attack. They were busy burying their loved ones, getting funeral arrangements ready. So this is all about them. Yeah. This day is all about them and showing them that we care, and we will never forget the 49 lives that were taken June 12th, exactly 1 year ago. They are gearing up for a very nice moment. This is open to the public. This morning they had a similar event closed to the public where Mayor Buddy Dyer spoke. The names were read right at the moment that gunfire started going off inside the Pulse nightclub. That will once again happen around noon today. The names will once again be read, and also around noon, the family members, some moms of victims, asked churches, not just here in the Central Florida area, but all around the world, to toll their bells 49 times at noon. It should be a very special moment.
Yeah, this is a powerful community. One of the other things News 6 has been working on is the first responders and how they're dealing with PTSD. A year later, a lot of those men and women are still hurting. And Senator Nelson, Congresswoman Demings are working towards legislation on Capitol Hill right now. We'll be talking about that more this afternoon. That will give them a financial lifeline that recognizes PTSD as a real disease. These men and women never expected to see what they handled inside. Many of those men and women helping out the dead, carefully, beautifully, sensitively. But Absolutely. It hurt them, and they still hold the pain today.
They do. And the gates opened here around 10 o'clock. We saw several people, hundreds in fact, lining up to pay their respects. And some of those folks that greeted them, they're called the Hang a Heart Kids, a fascinating movement. These kids, these 3 kids from Central Florida, they have been doing this. They knit these hand-stitched hearts that they learned how to do from Joann's fabric. A very special event. They were giving those out to several people as they were walking in. They wanted to have the folks that in the face of adversity, in the face of horror, they wanted to show just what Orlando is and Orlando strong.
This is a beautiful scene here, Justin. Friends arm in arm surrounding the perimeter of the Pulse. Look at all the people that have gathered here.
So
Hundreds of people, men, women, young, old, all here, all drawn to be part of this because they want to be, because in a way we're all extended family, and the Pulse brought us together and reminded us how important family is.
It did. It really did. And as we get closer, we can see several folks lining up as the gates have been opened here at the Pulse nightclub. We're told several family members will be here. They of course want to stay out of the public. They don't want to be harmed. They don't want to be talked to. So they're going to be here in a special area watching this as it all plays out. another thing that to keep in mind too is that we are seeing some of these families come here to the Pulse nightclub for the very first time.
That's right.
They have not been able to emotionally or physically come here, depending on where they live. Some of them, many of them, live in Puerto Rico, and so they were not physically able to get up here, and of course some people not emotionally able to come here, and this is the first day they have been doing that.
For those of you who have not come here before, it's very emotional. It hits you hard. I've seen a lot of adults walking away in tears when you realize what happened here. That's when it hits you. You can read about it in the paper, you can watch it on that two-dimensional TV screen, you can listen to our voices, but if you're here, it's an emotional, compelling moment. And we had that chasm, that emotional chasm that shocked this community to hear it was terrorism, that 49 lives were lost, and all they were doing was celebrating life. They were having a good time. I'll never forget when Buddy Dyer came to us and said, it's not 20 gone, it's more than 40. And Special Agent Ron Harper looking at us and saying, Orlando's strong, Orlando's strong. I'll never forget that day, and I'm so proud of the community because they did stay together. And Justin, I think you'll agree, what you're seeing today, the illustration, the gathering of the media, all of these family, friends from across the state, all here to recognize and remember and honor the first responders as well.
We have to keep in mind that this is a Monday. This is a Monday morning. A lot of folks have to work. So this is a Monday morning, and you are seeing just an outpouring of people who live here in Central Florida. They don't just live here, though. We have talked to several people who live all across this great country, and they have come to pay their respects on a day that they feel like the family members really need the community support and know that we are behind them.
Why don't we run down what's going to happen for this morning, so as you're watching what to expect today. Go ahead.
So at 11 o'clock, which has since passed, we're going to start with opening statements. In fact, it might be starting now. Pastor Israel is going to be giving a prayer. Then that's followed by the Orlando Gay Chorus. Then another pastor will be delivering a prayer. Mayor Buddy Dyer will speak. Mayor Teresa Jacobs will speak, followed by another prayer. And then again at noon, the reading of the names.
That's going to be the most powerful
That
moment.
will be very powerful. And then at 12:15, once the names have been read, 12:15, the resignation of the first responders. And we've been talking about how this is just underway. Let's go right to it. Let's listen in to this coverage of the Pulse tragedy.
Standing in front of you right now is a part of an organization. 2 days after the tragedy, I opened my front door and there was a heart hung on that door. This heart that they're holding in their hands right now was a symbol of these three amazing children. Step forward, guys. Jacqueline, Victoria, and Gavin. These are three children that were educated by their parents, standing right here, to love regardless of their sexual orientation, race, religion, or gender. I'm so excited to say that Amanda is a teacher, which I love, and these three children were taught to love. This is what we need to do in our world. It's time to teach our youth that love has no boundaries. It's time to teach our adults that love has no boundaries. It's time to teach ourselves that love has no boundaries. The Hang a Heart kids have made hearts for every single person here today, and they would like to give you a heart, a token of their love. Hang a Heart kids, go ahead. I would like to bring to the stage the owner of Pulse Orlando, a woman that has not stopped fighting for 1 year to show the community that hate will not win. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Poma.
Good morning, and thank you. All of you have come to join us here at Pulse this morning, to all of our city, county elected officials, our community, and also I'd like to thank a special thank you to Anthony Gardner and Jan Ramirez, who came from the 9/11 Memorial here to support us and start helping us in our journey. I appreciate the strength and bravery many of you have had to muster up just to stand on this site this morning. Today marks a year from the darkest moment of my life, the lives of our 49 families and the lives of our survivors, our responders, our community, the LGBT plus community, the Latin and people of color communities across the world. There is no disputing the pain we've all endured. People have asked me, what has changed in my life? I tell them everything, and I think I speak for all of us. We are all changed. I have experienced so much love, hope, and inspiration the past year. I have seen hearts changed. I have seen people be kinder, and I have seen the community join together. I have also seen mothers' broken hearts, survivors' emotional and physical wounds, and just how such trauma can affect everyday life. Only cities like Oklahoma, New York, Boston, Newtown, San Bernardino, and others can understand what we have endured this year. So today, we are here to honor our victims and their legacy. We will continue to show our resilience to ensure we persevere in showing that that love always wins. We are here to continue to support our survivors. We know their recovery will be lifelong, and we are here today, and we will be here every day to care for them. We are here to recognize our leaders who led with compassion and strength, our first responders and healthcare workers who saved lives, and our local community who responded then, and you are still responding today. I miss Pulse. I miss everything it stood for. I miss serving the LGBTQ+ community, our Latin community, in a way that only a gay bar can. I am grateful and comforted when I hear your memories and I see your pictures of the best times of your lives. It breaks my heart that your sanctuary was taken from you, but I know we are resilient, and I know we will not let hate win. I know we'll create Pulse in a new location for all of us, so we will reserve this sacred ground for our angels, our survivors, and all affected from generations to come will know exactly what we had taken from us. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for your continued support. We are one Pulse. We are one love. Thank you.
Barbara Poma. To bring to the stage our MCs today, George Estevez and Nancy Alvarez.
Thank you guys so much for that warm welcome. Seeing all of you guys here, from the chorus to everyone out in the street, to our elected officials in the front row, to everyone back there. For the first time going behind the gates, I wish it was for something else, but it is still special because we're remembering our angels, aren't we?
Yes.
That's why we're here.
I guess we're here representing the media, not just in Orlando, but all over the country and the world. And I guess all I can say on behalf of anyone who touched anything that had to do with Pulse is thank you. Thank you for letting us share your stories, because sharing those stories is what contributed to the unity and the love that we feel here in Orlando and that people are seeing all over the world. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us to do that for you.
And so many cameras are across the street.
Yeah.
And over there, everyone, there are more than 800 credentials. Everyone wanted to see how we do this. And we're going to show them how we do this, don't we?
Yeah.
Aren't we going to show them? And we have a bunch of people who are going to help show the world how we do this, starting with our first speaker.
That's right. So this first person that I'm going to introduce, well, everyone really that is going to speak today played a special role in all of this. But I want you guys to all imagine for one moment, just for one moment, finding out that you lost a loved one or a friend here in this building, and then not speaking a word of English, not being to Orlando before, not knowing where you are, or who these people are, ¿dónde estaban? ¿Con quién? ¿Qué pasó? No entiendo. These are all of the things that some of these mothers were saying to themselves. Some came from Puerto Rico, La República Dominicana, Dominican Republic. They came from all over, and they were lost. And they found love and hope and strength with the man that I'm about to introduce to you right now. So from the First Baptist Church of Orlando, please give a warm welcome. Please give a warm welcome to Pastor Martín Israel, who was here for so many families. Gracias, Pastor.
much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for being here. Grateful for this opportunity to pray for families, survivors, and for the protection of the city of Orlando. I would like to pray in both Spanish and English. Let's pray. Nuestro Dios y nuestro Padre Celestial, Creador de los cielos y de la tierra, Dios eterno, amoroso, santo, estamos delante de ti en esta ocasión especial, en este lugar especial que nos trae muchos recuerdos. Our God and Heavenly Father, Creator of heaven and earth, eternal God, loving and holy, we stand before you in this special occasion, in this special place that brings us many memories. No podemos olvidar que hace exactamente un año, 49 vidas jóvenes fueron arrebatadas por el odio y la intolerancia. No podemos olvidar el sufrimiento de familiares, sobrevivientes, amigos y de la entera ciudad de Orlando por lo ocurrido aquí. We cannot forget that exactly 1 year ago, 49 young lives were taken from us by hate and intolerance. We cannot forget the suffering of families, survivors, friends, and the entire city of Orlando for what happened here. Por eso, humildemente te pedimos. This is why we humbly ask, en primer lugar, que tú continúes consolando y fortaleciendo a familiares y sobrevivientes. Tú eres el único que puede convertir el dolor en consolación y el sufrimiento en verdadero descanso. First, that you would continue to comfort and give strength to the families and survivors. You are the only one who can change all the hurt into consolation and the suffering into the true rest. En segundo lugar, deseamos pedirte una bendición especial para todas aquellas personas, instituciones, organizaciones que tú has usado durante este año para ayudar, cuidar, consolar, proteger a familiares y sobrevivientes. Hemos visto que aún en medio del dolor, tú continúas enviando ángeles a la ciudad. Second, we ask for the special blessing for the people, institutions, and organizations that you have used during this year to help, care, comfort, and protect the families and survivors. We have seen that even amid the pain, you continue to send angels to this city. Por último, deseamos pedirte que a través de tu gracia en Jesucristo, tú protejas a la ciudad de Orlando y nos permitas crecer como nunca antes en amor a ti y a nuestros semejantes. Que tú despiertes en nuestra ciudad un espíritu de renovación que nos impulse a seguir adelante con mayor fuerza y solidaridad. Que cuando la gente vea este lugar, no solo recuerde el dolor y el sufrimiento de la ciudad, sino también el espíritu de transformación y el crecimiento en fe, amor y esperanza. And last, we ask you that through the grace of Jesus Christ, you would protect the city of Orlando and you would allow us to grow like never before in love toward you and our neighbors, awaken in our city a spirit of renovation that will push us to move forward with more strength and solidarity. That when people see this place, they not only remember the suffering and pain of this city, but also the spirit of transformation and growth in faith, love, and hope. Te lo pedimos en el nombre de Jesucristo. We ask you this in the name of Jesus. Amén, 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 amen, amen, amen. Que Dios les bendiga mucho. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Israel Martin. Thank you so much.
All right, so this is our vantage point, though. I just want to see. Let's give the folks from where we're standing. This is what we're looking at. You're getting the full feed from our one camera that's in there. This is the sheer volume of people, though, who have lined up outside the Pulse nightclub. Take a look. This is incredible. Hundreds of people are listening to all of these speakers deliver prayer, deliver their remembrance. The Orlando Gay Chorus is up next. Obviously, will be something very, very emotional, Mike.
Well, Barbara Palma, I think, put it best when she said, I miss Pulse and everything it stood for. And then she ends tearfully, one Pulse, one love, and that drew a tremendous cheer. And I think that as you see this day unfold, that will be the common theme. That we are Orlando Strong, that this community, these families have joined together. Even if you didn't know these young men and women, you care about them, you feel like you want to know them, because you know the tragedy that unfolded here 1 year ago. And then the Pastor Israel, so powerful, so compelling when he said, we cannot forget. And so these prayers, these statements, this collective message is what makes this so special today and why News 6 is bringing it to you today. The men and women on the outside that you see here, reflecting, remembering, knowing what happened to their community, and hoping no one ever forgets and that we learn from this tragedy.
And again, the Orlando Gay Chorus will sing next. They have been around for 27 years, okay? And there were times here in Central Florida, they were rejected by our community. Their resolve, though, to perform, never been tested like it was just 1 year ago. Following the massacre, they felt it was personal. And since the shooting, they have performed at more than 100 outreach events. This will be just another one of those outreach events, but I can imagine that this is one of the most special events that they have ever performed at.
Well, their voices are fantastic. If you've never heard them before, you're about to hear them now. Wait for this.
As it looks like they are still getting set up, so we're going to keep talking to you until they get going. So it sounds like this is going to be quite the performance. They have been gearing up for this. We did a story, Jamie Say, our sports reporter, did a story on them. They are a very passionate group of people who have been around for quite some time. And I don't know if they got necessarily the attention that they deserved until what happened at Pulse. And they have been a huge part of the resolve from this community. They have been a part of the healing for the community, and I hope that some of the victims' families or survivors who have never heard them sing before, I hope they get ready for this, because it's going to be very powerful.
It is powerful. I'm trying to get a sense of what's going on. I'm not sure if they have an equipment problem or they're trying to line up the vocalists in a different. Here comes one gentleman forward. Now they seem like they're ready to go. Let's listen in.
Can make a heart open. One match, but we can make an explosion.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. In too deep. It's been 2 years, I miss my home, but there's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all of those things Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me.
Like a small boat on the ocean, setting big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
This is my fight song. Hey, take back my life song. Hey, prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I still got a lot of fight left in me.
No, I still got a lot of fight left in me.
Big round of applause for the Orlando Gay Chorus.
feel so small, but I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful like a rainbow. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, just call me up, because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors, your true colors are shining through.
I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors.
Your true colors are beautiful like a rainbow.
There is no future, there is no past. Thank God this moment's not the last.
There's only us, there's only this. Forget regret, for life is yours to miss. No other road, no other way, no day but today. Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care? Will I wait tomorrow?
Sending our love right back to you. Orlando Gay Chorus, everyone, show them the love. They've been performing all year round, and it's so wonderful to have them here today. And of course, they will also be there tonight when we join you.
And you just heard the Orlando Gay Chorus sing 4 songs, some powerful songs. You heard Fight Song, you heard True Colors. It's powerful stuff, and they have been such a huge part in healing the community. They have been the voice that people listen to and get comfort from. And Mike, it was, they did not let everyone down today either.
No. It was what we had anticipated. And I think, as we said, this punctuates what we were expecting this day to begin into the evening as News 6 continues our coverage here. This is my fight, this is my life. I mean, those lyrics say it all. Defying the hate that we saw, and there will be no hate. Defying the fact that we lost 49 innocent, beautiful men and women. We're not giving up, we're not forgetting, and that is the common theme. Those are the lyrics. True Colors, that theme from Gospel, Beautiful City. This is my fight for life. That was the message today, and clearly it's resonated here in the community. Justin?
It has, because you are seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of people who have showed up here to the Pulse nightclub as it is 11:35 on a Monday, and you're seeing this kind of response. It is amazing. Folks have been coming by the dozens ever since around 9 o'clock this morning. They have been in a constant flow.
I was going to say
getting
that.
ready for this. I mean, it kind of just escalated towards the end, but it is very packed right now. Not a lot of space to move, and you're seeing just a small portion of what's happening out here at Pulse nightclub. There are several other things happening, small things. There's a new mural that people are checking out. There are people just walking around, giving out flowers, people giving out water to others who are paying their respects. It's not just people inside listening to the speakers. And let's go back to inside the Remembrance event as this pastor begins to talk.
Pastor of Oasis Fellowship Ministry, a radically inclusive ministry here intentionally in Orlando, Florida. I'd ask you to join me in this very solemn moment of prayer. Gracious God, you are incredible. You're wonderful. You're awesome in all of your ways. We declare, even as the word of God said, that the earth is yours and the fullness thereof, and the world and they that dwell therein. All because, God, you founded this world upon the floods and you established it. And we come in this time, in this moment, to acknowledge that your love, compassion, your greatness is overwhelming to us. We cannot even imagine where we would be today, right now, 365 days into this most horrific event, massacre. Had it not been for your mercy and grace, we realize that you have kept us, sustained us, and you have made provisions for us where we could not make them for ourselves. We acknowledge, God, first and foremost, that you are sovereign and that you are in control. And we bow our knee to your lordship, refusing to do anything else other than to acknowledge you as God Most High. We say thank you. We thank you for mercy and grace. We thank you that there's nothing that slips past you. There's nobody that gets around you. We thank you, God, that you are perfect in all of your ways. And it's to you that we come at this time as we lift these families up. We lift these survivors up. Our first intention, God, is to be as you have instructed us to be loving vessels, to be vessels that's open, to be vessels that are inclusive. For we hear the word that says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knows God. It's with that intent that we come and surround the survivors, and we surround family members with love and compassion. We surround them with support. We undergird them. God, most often in times like these, we ask that you would do, and we would send you. We ask that you would intervene. But God, we understand that you have given us the responsibility, the ability to respond appropriately, even in times like these, that we would be the arms. We would be the words of compassion. We would be the gentle touch. We would be the soft-spoken words. We would be the words of comfort, God. And we ask right now that you would help us to be in this time, in this season, for this community, for these survivors, for these family members. what nothing else could be, what no one else could be, and that is love. That is inclusion. That is intentional affirmation on purpose. Help us to be instant to respond, God, as we have been and we've intended to be over the course of these 365 days. It's been a long journey, God. And our hearts are yet heavy for the lives that were so violently taken away. Our hearts and our minds are remember our friends and our loved ones. And we are saddened. But we say intentionally that we are here to overcome evil with good. We say intentionally, God, that we're here, God, not to render evil for evil, but God, to bring light in dark places. And it is our purpose, God. And we know that we're able to do it because of your grace and your mercy that you have extended to us in this season. We ask for more grace. We ask for more grace. God, we ask for grace in this city, beautiful. We ask for grace, God, in this Orange County. We ask for grace, God, amongst these leaders, God, amongst the municipalities, God. All of those are in places, God, to make systematic changes, God, to impact the community. We ask for grace, your supernatural power to do good, to render love, to be open. God, to be able to be fluid in seasons like this, God, where there is no precedence for it. God, that we're able to set in place that which is needed to be in place, God, that we might impact the masses for the greater good. We refuse to let evil win. We refuse to let hate be the last thing that's said. We raise our voices high and we say, love wins. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. God, because we're able to be vessels of love. Wherever we go, we declare love wins. God, we are able to do good because we declare love wins. Hallelujah. We will not allow darkness to be the end of the story. Those lives that have transitioned from time to eternity deserve us here today. They deserve good works, good words. They deserve affirmation. They deserve unity. So not only does love win, but unity prevails. We declare unity prevails. We declare unity prevails. We declare unity prevails in every community. Unity prevails in every municipality. Unity prevails in every organization. Unity prevails, for we will do good. You said do good to those who despitefully use us. Do good. Hallelujah. God, we are able to know in this place, in this season, that your mercies and your grace abound. Thank you. We thank you because without your strength, we could not be here today. Without your care, we would not. God, we would be somewhere in a corner, in a fetal position, asking why. But today we stand strong. We are united. We are love agents in this city, beautiful, in this Orange County, and in the surrounding counties, cities, state, country, and we declare worldwide that we are people of change, and we will make a change out of this for all to be able to lift their heads high and again say with me, love wins and unity prevails.
Beautiful words.
Thank you, Pastor Bree. Thank you so much.
And some powerful words there from Pastor Debretta Taylor. The clear message here, love wins, unity prevails, Mike.
Powerful words, and you could see she kept pausing, but she got the audience involved, and then it's that collective message that we're feeling today, that feeling of unity, that feeling of Orlando strong. If I may, can you get a shot of this, Marcus? Two little girls came over to us, the Kimball girls, they call themselves, and they gave Justin and myself this: love always wins, Orlando's strong. So they used the Crayola crayons for the heart, and on the back. a great message from two little girls, which really punctuates the feeling we're feeling today. We're together, from little kids to adults, men and women, gay and straight. We're all family today here at News 6 as we continue. And there I see Val Demings is starting to work up towards the stage. I spoke to Val, and that is Congresswoman Murphy. It looks like Congresswoman Murphy will address the crowd first. And she's been given the microphone, and let's go back to that as our reflection and remembrance continues.
Innocent lives were forever stolen from us, and countless others forever changed at this place. This tragedy was so jarring because this is not the Orlando we all know, a vibrant city that prides itself in its love, inclusion, and hospitality. From the courageous police officers and first responders to compassionate medical professionals and complete strangers, Orlando came together as one city. Ordinary citizens did extraordinary things. We proved we were Orlando strong and Orlando united. That's why today, Orlando United Day, and everything it represents, is so important for our community. When I visited the makeshift memorial here after the shooting, I was overcome by emotion by the outpouring of love written onto the walls, within picture frames and in notes tied to flowers. And I came across a really simple message with a heart drawn around it. Keep dancing. We owe it to the victims and their families to keep dancing, to love life, to love one another, and to do everything within our power to prevent tragedies like this from ever happening again. While 49 voices were forever silenced here 1 year ago, hope, as Harvey Milk once said, hope will never be silent. We must honor the lives and legacies of the Pulse victims by putting aside that which divides us and rededicating ourselves to treating one another with love and respect. This site represents a terrible tragedy, but it also represents triumph and hope. And it reminds us to remember 49 beautiful lives we lost here. May God bless the memories of the Pulse victims and their families, and may we all keep dancing.
Today is Pulse Remembrance Day in the state of Florida, and the flags are flying at half-mast. But that's not what I will remember most about the last year and today. What I will remember most is that 1 year ago, hate walked onto this property where people were having, as my bishop likes to say, a late night fellowship. But hate walked onto this property and went to work. What I will remember most, though, are the patrons who, in spite of their own horror and danger, risked their own lives to shield others, to help others, and to move to a place of safety. What I will remember most are the first responders, the medical and emergency personnel whose training and courage was tested that night and who rose to the occasion through unbelievable circumstances. What I will remember most are doctors' pair of shoes that continue to tell the story and speak for the victims. What I will remember most are the families and friends who have a void in their hearts that cannot be filled. And I will never forget the 49 victims whose lives were lost way too soon, and their full potential will never be realized. We shall never know what could have been. But I could not be prouder of the place that I call home, the place where I am honored to serve. Because we are Orlando strong, where hatred is not welcome and will never win. Thank you.
Friends and neighbors, What a terrorist does is try to divide us by inflicting his terror to terrorize us. Isn't it interesting that it had the opposite effect? It brought us together in unity and love. I can't say enough about the people who responded, and they're represented here today. I can't say enough about the SWAT team that went in, or the trauma surgeons just down the street. And that pair of shoes, in fact, did become a symbol. We can't say enough about how this city came together, how you here in this city united the country, and how out of such tragedy for the 49 and the ones who lived and their families, how the strength has come out of that tragic massacre. That's why we are Orlando strong.
Good afternoon. That night, we lost 49 angels, 49 individuals of our LGBTQ community, of our Hispanic community, of our African American community, of our Orlando community. And when we saw so many of our law enforcement come in to save the day for so many other victims who could have lost their lives, when we saw our EMTs and firefighters help stabilize so many folks who were on the brink, and when we saw our medical professionals come in to help so many so that they could be alive and well. The next day, the outpouring of love was throughout our community, whether it be those of us who went to the blood bank, those of us who contributed food or money online to help out so many of our families. But we still have so much to do. There are still so many families mourning their losses. There are still so many victims who are rehabilitating and are recovering. There are still so many policy issues that we have to address to make our communities safer. And so we will always remember. We will always be one Orlando. And I wish you all love and happiness and kindness on this day where we remember the victims.
Thank you, Congresswoman Murphy, Congresswoman Demings, Congresswoman Soto, Senator Nelson.
And of course, that was Congressman Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy, Congresswoman Val Demings, Representative Darren Soto, and Senator Bill Nelson speaking today as we honor the lives taken just 1 year ago today. They all touched on obviously the victims in this, but they also touched on the law enforcement officers, and that's what a big part of this memorial is going to be crediting, those law enforcement officers who, in the face of terror, in the face of a gun battle, went inside and saved as many lives as they could.
Well, I got a chance to talk to all of them before they went in there. Mayor Buddy Dyer slowly moving to the stage now. I remember that difficult day when he had to say it's not 20, it's 49 lives lost. So Mayor Dyer moving to the podium now. Let's listen to his words 1 year later after the Pulse tragedy.
So a year ago today, we stood near this Pulse nightclub with a wall of TV cameras in front of us from all over the country. And in that moment, I had to do the hardest thing that I've ever done in my professional life. And in my role as mayor, it's my job to tell the residents of this city and the entire world that 49 people had been taken from us inside the Pulse nightclub. I had to tell everyone that Orlando was now the site of the worst mass shooting in modern American history. I had to tell everyone that our LGBTQ and Hispanic communities and other communities of color were the target of a deranged killer carrying out an act of unimaginable hate and terror. This morning, we return to Pulse. Our community returns to Pulse. The world's attention, at least for a moment, returns to Pulse. But we are not here to relive the horror of that day. We are not here to relive the horror of that day. We're here for a far greater purpose. We are here to remember the innocent lives that were lost. We're here to honor them along with their families and their loved ones. And we're here to salute the survivors. Some of them are here with us, and some are not ready to return to Pulse. And to each of you, the survivors, as hard as we try, we can't begin to know or understand the depth of darkness that you've experienced over the past 12 months. We can't begin to know or understand your pain. We can't begin to know or understand the burden that you carry around as you've cried, you've prayed, you've mourned. But we can say thank you for your grace, for your courage, for your determination, and for your love. We continue to stand in awe of you, the survivors and the families, as you lead by example and show the world the power of love in the face of hate. We stand with you, and we can recommit to you the promise that we made a year ago, that we are with you, that Orlando has your back no matter what. We're also here today to recognize and honor the first responders, the medical professionals, the volunteers, and the other countless heroes who swung into action that early morning on June the 12th. After 12 months of healing, I find comfort in the fact that the most enduring images are not of chaos, but of bravery and of courage, compassion, and kindness. Our police officers and firefighters carrying victims out of this club onto Orange Avenue. An officer's pickup truck being used as a makeshift ambulance over and over and over, back and forth to Orlando Regional. The shoes that were mentioned of an ER doc that he wore and his colleagues fought to save the lives of victim after victim. The city employees and volunteers who worked at the Family Assistance Center. Food and supplies pouring in from every corner of this community. Lines that stretched and stretched as volunteers gave blood. The list of acts of courage and kindness go on and on. And finally, we are here this morning to thank the greater Orlando community. The survivors and their families and the families of the victims still bear scars, seen and unseen, and will do so. But so do those who witnessed the horror firsthand. The impacts of this tragedy extend even further. So many people watched the events unfold on TV. They heard accounts from their friends. So many people cried for victims that they had never met. They sent money to help people that they never knew. And all of us as a community bear the marks of June the 12th. In the face of what happened at Pulse, it would have been so easy to turn to anger and to hatred. But that's not what happened in our community. In the face of the most unimaginable tragedy, our community rallied behind a simple ideal that through the good times and through the bad times, we are one Orlando. And being one Orlando means being a place where diversity and inclusion are our strengths. They're the bedrock of our community. Being one Orlando means that each of us has the responsibility to lead by example and to love one another. Being Orlando means being committed to working together to overcome our challenges despite the differences that we may have. And being one Orlando means that rather than being defined by the act of a hate-filled killer, we choose to be defined by love, compassion, and our unity. And I've heard it said that this one Orlando ideal emerged from the Pulse tragedy, but I have a slightly different interpretation of that. I don't believe that the Pulse shooting created our one Orlando ideal. It doesn't happen in crisis. It simply can't be conjured up on a day like June the 12th. It wouldn't happen if we weren't already a diverse, inclusive community. A year ago today, our true identity as a city was fully revealed. And in so doing, Orlando showed the world what I know to be true, that the best of America lives right here in our Orlando community. But the thing is, one Orlando can't be static. It has to be a living, ever-growing ideal. So we can't be bystanders. Over the last 12 months, I've spoken publicly about Pulse, and I often borrow a line that I heard exactly a week after Pulse, and that was from one of our local pastors. And he said, Orlando has been anointed to show the world how to combat hatred and evil and promote equality and embrace diversity. And we don't just have the opportunity to do this, we now have the responsibility to do this. Thank you, I love you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer.
And that, of course, Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. As we mark noon here on the anniversary, although it's not an anniversary, it is 1 year since Pulse happened. Right now, bells are tolling at churches across the country, here in Central Florida, and around the world, as we begin to read the names inside this memorial service. That was started by two mothers who lost their sons inside Pulse. Mayor Jacobs will continue our coverage here during this ceremony. Why don't we take a listen into Mayor Jacobs as she begins her words.
It is so wonderful to see all of you here with us today. As I reflect on the events of last night and today, I'm reminded of the miraculous ability of love. It's amazing. The more you give, the more you have. The more you give, the more you get. It's this undepletable resource. And I've never seen any community in the world that has the love that this community has. I want to start with thanking the Orlando Gay Choir. Oh my gosh, you were awesome. And I want to thank Barbara Poma. She's been such a rock. Wow. From her vision to create this place where all would be welcome, to the way that she has been the mother, if you will, of a community that needed so much support and so much love. But your songs today were so needed. We needed to hear that strength. We needed to be reminded at a time, at a day when this is particularly hard on so many in our community. We needed to be reminded of what we're made of. We're made of great stuff. As we spend today in remembrance of the 49 souls we lost, I want to, of course, offer my condolences to the families that lost loved ones, to those that are still recovering. I wish there was some way that through all of us that are willing to bear that pain and to open our hearts to share that pain, I wish we could lift even an ounce of the pain and suffering. I'm not sure that it works that way. But I do want everyone to know that this whole community is with you in heart, in soul, in spirit. And we are with you in action as well. As tragic and horrific as the events of June 12th were, we always need to remember that the last chapter wasn't written at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the last chapter was not written by a person who came to our community with hate that we will never understand, that good people can never comprehend. That is not going to be our legacy. It could be. It very well could be our legacy. A legacy of the day hate won. But we're not going to let that be our legacy. Because even before our SWAT team heroically took down that gunman, even before then, we saw the acts of love triumphing right here in this building. We saw love before it started, and then we saw love when those heroic patrons who ran to safety and then ran back in to rescue their friends and to rescue strangers. And we saw love in our first responders, and we saw love in our law enforcement officers. And the next morning, when the rest of Orlando woke up and discovered what had happened, we saw love pouring forth from all parts of our community, from people who had never even given thought to what was Pulse, from people who had never even given thought to what does LGBTQ mean anyway. We saw that hearts were opened and minds were changed, and there was this moment in time where our community understood what they had never understood before. I would say in the history of mankind, human beings have walked through life not seeing the full spectrum of the rainbow. Imagine if you could only see 5 colors and not 6 or 8. How different would the world look? Today here in Orlando, we see clearly, and we see how bright and colorful and rich and warm and welcoming and loving it is to accept all human beings just the way they are. And we are going to make sure that the legacy of June 12th and the legacy of Pulse is the legacy of love and compassion. It will be the legacy not of the day when hatred triumphed for 2 hours, not of the day when we were tested and we lost our precious members of our community, not of the day when 49 of our brothers and sisters became our Pulse angels. That will be a part of the history books. But the true legacy of our community is going to be that in our darkest hour, we responded with love and compassion and unity. It's going to be that we showed the world what love really looks like. It is going to be the day that on this sacred ground, that love truly did triumph over evil, and lightness really did drown out the dark. Because we in Orlando, we are that love, and we are that light, and we are Orlando United, and we are the best of humanity.
Oh, you want that back? Thank you, Orange County Mayor Teresa Jacobs. Now, I'd like to bring up
Mayor Teresa Jacobs speaking, talking about the legacy of Orlando and the lasting impression that we will leave. The community has been able to survive this unspeakable horror, emerge from it with remarkable compassion, kindness, and resiliency, Mike.
Well, both Buddy Dyer and Teresa Jacobs were so strong in terms of leadership for this community. Both remarkable, unwavering. I like what Buddy Dyer said, speaking to the families. We can't possibly understand your burden as you pray, you cry, you mourn. Thank you for your grace. We're in awe of you. We stand with you. I think that says it all. Justin?
And this next part of this ceremony will be the reading of the names. Why don't we take a listen in?
Akira Monet Murray, Alejandro Barrios Martinez, Amanda Lisette Alvear, Mercedes Marisol Flores, Ángel L. Candelario Padro, Anthony Luis Laureano Disla, Antonio David Brown,
Brenda Lee Marquez McCool, Christopher Joseph Sanfeliz, Corey James Connell, Daryl Burt, Dionka Drayton, Eddie Jamal Droy Justice, Eddie Sotomayor Jr.
Enrique L. Rios Jr., Eric Ivan Ortiz Rivera, Frank Hernandez, Frankie Jimmy de Jesus Velázquez, Geraldo Drake A. Ortiz Jiménez, Gilberto Ramón Silva Menéndez, Jason Josephat.
Javier Jorge Reyes, Giancarlos Nieves Rodríguez, Giancarlo Méndez Pérez, Jerry Wright.
Joel Rayon Paniagua, Jonathan Antonio Camuy Vega, Juan Chévez Martínez.
Juan Pablo Rivera Velázquez, Juan Ramón Guerrero, Christopher Drew Leon, Kimberly Morris, Leroy Valentín Fernández, Luis Daniel Conde, Luis Daniel Wilson León.
Luis Omar Ocasio Capo, Luis Sergio Vielma, Martín Benítez Torres, Miguel Ángel Honorato, Oscar A. Aracena Montero, Simón Adrián Carrillo Fernández, Paul Terrell Henry.
Peter Omi Gonzalez Cruz, Rodolfo Ayala, Shane Tomlinson, Stanley Almodovar III, Tevin Eugene Crosby, Xavier Emanuel Serrano, Gilmarie Rodriguez Sullivan.
Please join me in prayer. Dear God, we thank you for your blessings on this event today. We are grateful for the knowledge that these 49 souls now live with you, that through you, they understand the truth and the glory of truly living one with God. May our hearts remain open. May we release any anger, any fear. May we address all things in life with love. We ask this and give thanks for this in and after the nature of Jesus the Christ, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much.
And obviously a very emotional time there as the reading of the names was held. Wreaths inside the remembrance ceremony, each with the victims' names scrawled across. Coming up next here during this ceremony will be a presentation of first responders. Such an integral part of this entire Pulse tragedy. In the face of horror, they went inside and saved as many people as they could, Mike.
Well, this is something News 6 has been working hard for, to get PTSD recognized as a real disease for first responders. The men and women that were unwavering, they faced that tragedy, they faced potential death themselves, and many of them had to take out the lives we lost with care, with dignity. But a year later, they're still dealing with the horror of that. That reflection and remembrance touches many levels.
And Chief John Mina has always said that he's proud of the way his department reacted. His guys and men and women running toward gunfire, putting their lives at risk. But he says the acts of heroism were not just shown by his department. They were shown by people helping their friends, helping strangers down the street, all the way to Orlando Regional Medical Center. Those images will never leave the minds of people who saw them. They were shown in the triage areas along Orange Avenue as people tended to those who were wounded. They were shown inside the emergency room of ORMC, those surgeons, those nurses working to save as many lives as they could. And they were also shown during the vigils and in the lines hundreds deep of the blood bank. And the blood bank is here today. If we can take a shot of that, you can see it off in the background there. They are taking blood right now here at the Pulse nightclub. They've been doing so for days leading up to this day on June 12th, 1 year after the tragedy. And people have been filtering in and out of there, giving blood, and they know how important that is.
Well, as we've said all along this morning, ladies and gentlemen, this is about Orlando Strong, about the community standing together. And Mayor Jacobs so eloquently suggested we choose to be defined by our love.
Absolutely. And it sounds like we are moving through, as far as the ceremony is concerned, as we pan through here. We're going to be, again, it sounds like the chief will be out there. There's the chief. You got Fire Chief Roderick Jones. You had Orange County Sheriff Jerry Demings. And folks continue to pour in here. You know, we were going into the lunch hour. Rain tried to put a hamper on things. It drizzled, but it looks like that has subsided. And it sounds like Chief John Mina and Orange County Sheriff Jerry Demings are on stage right now. Why don't we take a listen in on what they were doing?
Jacobs. Also coming to the stage is not only a human being, an elected official, a wonderful woman, person. She's conceivably the person with the largest heart, whose heart has hurt so much over the past couple of decades, and she still sews it together every morning and gets up and does her job. Her heart has so many stitches in it, but it's the stitches that your friends and family have allowed you to hold that heart together every single day, every year, with every turning obstacle that you climb over. You are still here today. Please welcome Commissioner Patty Sheehan.
Te queremos mucho, Patty Sheehan.
If you guys can please back up. Back up. A little more.
Someone who had an incredibly unimaginable, difficult job, but also provided the families with some answers and comfort, and who was there from the beginning, our medical examiner, Dr. John A. Shoemaker. We want to welcome him. A lot was said in the media about what a difference it made that Pulse is so close to ORMC. Excellent catch.
Thank you.
People said, oh, well, thank God, Pulse was so close to ORMC because people were able to get to the hospital so quickly. But if it hadn't been a hospital full of our most brilliant and bravest doctors, that wouldn't have made a difference, would it? So love and thanks to Dr. Joshua Stephanie, who we want to welcome up from ORMC.
Also, Dr. Cheatham from Orlando Health Physician Group. He was one of 6 trauma surgeons on that night. So was Dr. Chad Smith of ORMC.
ORMC Nursing Manager, Michelle Frackler.
She was called in at 3 a.m. that day for the emergency department, and of course, she had a very long day. Also that night, Philip Ong, a nurse from ORMC, taking the call.
ORMC Medical Director, Dr. Gary Parrish.
His shift was done at 3 a.m., but of course he kept on, and he stayed, as did so many people that night. Not only was it ORMC, but also Florida Hospital was representing that night. Jessica Mills, nurse manager from Florida Hospital. Let them hear you, everyone, on the other sides of this gate. Let them hear you on the other sides of this gate. Claudia Ceballos from Florida Hospital.
From Florida Hospital, Don Taylor, we thank you. Shannon Gravit from Florida Hospital.
Shannon, are you here? Come on up. Shannon Gravit. Lorinda Stolly from Florida Hospital. You saw the lines of people wanting to give blood, people not knowing what to do or how to help. But one blood was there, and so was Jody O'Burry. Come on up. Along with Patty, so many warriors are here in Orlando fighting the good fight every day for the LGBTQ community. And one person fighting for everyone the past 365 days is the head of the GLBT Center and my friend, Terry DiCarlo. Big round of applause for Terry. Whose tireless efforts, along with so many volunteers, have also helped sew the city back together.
There were so many scars that you still can't see. People who were just hurting on the inside. This person was there for them in so many ways. Welcome Dr. David Baker Hargrove from Two Spirits, providing mental health for so many in our community.
From the Orlando United Assistance Center, Michael Aponte. And last but not least, I mean, we had visits at all news stations.
Yeah.
From these comfort dogs.
They were everywhere.
Who really, those comfort dogs do exactly that. Provide comfort when you need it the most. Man's best friend, those comfort dogs. Thank you, Richard Martin. Come on up.
All right, a big round of applause. Again, please, for all of our heroes that night and throughout the entire year.
And just to give you guys an idea, what's in their hands? Handmade paper flowers made by Judy Licaledas Crafts. How beautiful is that? Let's hold those up so everyone can see them. Big round of applause, everyone, please, for our first responders, people who were there when we needed them the most. Thank you all so much. And now, while these guys stay on stage, I'd like to have closing statements now from Barbara Poma. Come on up, Barbara. We have something for you. First, an award for Miss Poma.
Thank you very much for this. I wasn't expecting it. Don't really consider myself a first responder as those who stand behind me. So thank you all very much.
You may not be the first responder, but you will always be the last responder here for us always until the end. So thank you, Barbara Poma, so much for taking on this role that no one ever asks for. You've done it with grace and dignity for those 49 people up there that grace the wall of your building. Thank you so much. First responders, please make your way off the stage. We have one more performance.
Thank you, everybody. If you can exit that way.
One at a time. Although, really, if something happens, we have first responders here. If someone trips or something.
And of course, a very special moment that just happened as the first and second responders, those who went into Pulse nightclub, those who treated those who were wounded and tried to save as many lives as possible, honored through a very special treat there. Mike, I'd like to get your take on things as we move forward. These doctors also are some people that we never think about as being directly affected emotionally.
My thoughts on this as we watch this is a celebration of life. The lives lost, the lives remembered, and the lives of the men and women, the first responders, first in the medical community, that moved at breakneck speed to save lives, unselfishly, not asking why or where, they just did it. And that's what we're so proud of. Absolutely. And then the fire department and the police, all there for this community. Let's listen into this young lady now.
And we wanted to do this in honor of not only him, but the rest of the 49 that were lost that day. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you cannot feel the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it's getting hard, like it's hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Y'all sing it out here, say for you, for you. That we have each other. Yes, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise. times, 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again. Come on, sing with us. For you. Thank you all. Be blessed. Keep God in your heart. Keep love in your heart. Love on one another. Hold on to one another. We are all we have. Never lose sight of the love that you have for each other. Remember, this event, this horrible, tragic event brought us all together. And I want you all to remember that. The person next to you, in front of you, behind you, to your left, they're all your brothers. Remember that always. Love wins. Love you all.
Beautiful.
That was Violetric singing Rise Up. Not a dry eye in there, I can imagine, Mike. It was, it's a powerful song. You hear that song during moments of adversity, and it rises people up through song. So it was quite an event here as we remembered those lives taken, but also honored those people who were directly affected by what happened.
We needed this. We needed to reflect. We needed to come together. We needed those words, those songs, those prayers. We needed to report this and share this with you here on News 6 and across the state, and it's helped. Those little girls with that message, love always wins, that's what we needed. Healing, it's begun. Will we ever forget? Never.
We won't forget. And this is just the start of a day of coverage and a day of remembrance events, including a huge event that's happening at Lake Eola at 7 o'clock tonight. This was special. It happened, they had this inside the Pulse area there, but Lake Eola is expected to draw thousands of people, and it will be similar in the fashion that it's going to be emotional, but it's for the families. You have to keep that in mind. This is for the families of the victims. And what happened on June 12th was absolutely horrific. There's no getting around that. But what you see is this resolve, this resiliency from our community that really showed who Orlando is and really picked up the families as best we could.
One relative said, and boy does it say it all, I wish June 12th never happened, but it did, and this thing says it all, doesn't it? You matter. Have a good afternoon. We'll be back at 7. Justin, it's been a pleasure.
For a pleasure, Mike. For Mike Holfeld, I'm Justin Mormouth. Take care.